Hello, this is The Way of Fairness. My name is Stephen. I want to talk about the World Fairness Agreement and how everything is arranged for it to happen right now. It's like really arranged for it to happen. Trump is talking about being exonerated, and he just won't stop. He keeps talking about he's exonerated. Well, he will be if we establish the World Fairness Agreement. So what this is based on is just an observation that I had on what we need to do in the world as a group of people. So I just wrote this down as a comment and decided I'd make a short document so that I didn't forget what I'd said. All conflict begins with someone being unfair to someone else. This happens in groups too. War happens from unfairness. Hatred happens from unfairness. I propose the World Fairness Agreement by Stephen Childs. We all agree to not do them wrong if they won't do us wrong. So that's the simple basis of it. The short document is on my webpage, the World Fairness Agreement. So it explains how, in order to get the powerful, wealthy people and the people that are really like ruthless to get what they want, in order to get all these people that do not want to stop being unfair, because that's how they make their living, is by being unfair. You know, corporations, countries. Like right now, the USA is being seen as being unfair to other countries. So if we can get these people to join us and establish the World Fairness Agreement, all the religions join us, and we all agree to not do the other people wrong. Because that's where it all starts. That's where all the wars, all the conflicts, all the hatred start, when one person or people does some other person or people wrong. I think what I'm going to say, I think it's true. It may not be true. I finally have decided to use God as the foundation. And it's God of fairness. It's not a God of unfairness toward other people. It's a God that's fair to everyone. So I'm calling it God of fairness, or Fairness God. And so I can apply my experiences and my knowledge of non-dual spirituality in this line of thought, so that what God is all the things that are going on around us. God is what is. God is us. So, in one way of looking at it, I don't exist. It's God that exists as me. And it's God that exists as all the others. And all the things that I do and all the things that they do is God. So sometimes I do people wrong. I have wrong thoughts. I'll have a spirit enter, and we can be influenced to think things or do things that we don't want to do, and so we're in an inner struggle fighting against a spirit or a demon. And that knowing that really helps too, because it's not you, it's something else that you're going along with. And so here's where I think this is necessary for humans, because we're susceptible to these other non-human intelligences. We can't keep them out. And there'll be a diamond that people surrender to this spirit being, and they must do what it dictates or they're in big trouble. And it's not fair. It wants everyone to surrender to it. It's kind of like Donald Trump. So, I'm not pointing fingers of blame. I'm just saying, take a look at what's going on. So when we realize that as humans, we can't do this alone. We can't fight against these forces that are bigger than us. Call it the force of evil or the force of unfairness. And we all tend to go along with it. We learned how to when we were young. And it's like, wait a minute, that's not me. I don't want to be that way anymore. I don't want to be that way. So, because this is the way we're structured, it's absolutely necessary for me and a lot of other people to surrender completely to God of fairness. Because the other gods are not fair. In one way or another, if you look at all the religions, they're unfair in some way to others. And they're prone to developing cults within them because there's no law against unfairness. All of the religions develop cults within that religion. So the only religion that's not like that is not even on the map yet. It's the Church of Fairness. So the Church of Fairness uses scientific evidence for what we think is true. So we're trying to find out what is true. So people talk about God and truth, and then they say, no, that's some unspecial kind of truth. It's not ordinary truth we learn from science. I say that's absurd. It is ordinary truth we learn from science. That's what God is. So we're learning how God came to be with gravity and with biological evolution, and now everything's conscious because of non-locality. So we learned through scientific research that we live in a non-local reality. There is no separate places. It's all one thing. And that's what the mystics have been telling us. This type of teaching comes out in several different religions. So let's circle back to the World Fairness Agreement. And if we can get the powers that be the world powers, they're not the God powers. They're the people that are fighting against God, that need to surrender to God. Accept everything exactly as it is. It's as God because it is. And ask God for help with it. So it's like whatever is going on around me, it's God. And I need to ask God. I'm surrendering. There's only God. I'm surrendering to God and asking God for help with God. So there's like an unfairness side to God and a fairness side to God. It's like a spectrum. God can become either way. God can become unfair, and we could become very violent and harmful to each other as a people on planet Earth. Or we could say, let's choose the fairness side and stop doing each other wrong and care about each other. So we have all these people that have been duped into Epstein's group. And it's like, this is arranged. God arranged this so that we would need the World Fairness Agreement, so that they're all exonerated. And all of us stop digging into each other's past. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we stop doing anyone wrong. If we're not doing anyone wrong, the harms that were done on Epstein Island and on the ranch in New Mexico, that stuff would not have happened if we would have had the World Fairness Agreement in place. Thanks for listening. Share, comment, subscribe. Thanks.